Pretty excited. I mean, it's always good to play in those type of environments, especially every time we go to Baylor. It's a big crowd, and it's just a lot of fun, especially preparing for this team.
What makes the Baylor-Texas rivalry as good as it is?
I wouldn't necessarily call it a rivalry, but
Why would
it's
you
just
not call it a rivalry?
because, I mean, every team in the Big 12 is pretty good, and so every night is a battle. So, but, I mean, it's fun. It's just there's two good teams going at each other, and the environment, especially with the fans being there and stuff like that, I mean, we live to play in these moments, these games, and especially these environments. And so I think that's what makes it so great is everybody comes to watch Texas and Baylor play.
Mm-hmm.
You said you wouldn't really call it a rivalry, but how would you say the anticipation for meeting Baylor 2, maybe even 3 times a year has kind of picked up over the years since you've been here?
I think that especially with both of our teams bringing in high talent, I think that just every year the competition gets better, and so I think that's kind of a big thing for people just because we're kind of down the road from them, like an hour and something, and so I think it's just a lot of people from this area, and there's a lot of people from the different cities around here that play for these two teams, and so I think that's what makes it big.
Brooke, how important have you noticed Coach Mulkey, Coach Ashton, Coach Ashton will downplay and say, no, there's nothing there. We just love the competition. Have you noticed a little, you wouldn't say rivalry, we'll avoid the R word, but between Mulkey and Ashton, have you noticed there's not friction, but there's somewhat of something special with that?
I think it just goes back to what you said. They're both very competitive. And so when you have two coaches who are very competitive, two teams who are very competitive, of course it's going to seem like it's a big thing there. But, I mean, it's just competitiveness.
Because I think, how do you think Baylor looks at it? Because Coach Mulkey looks at it as a rivalry.
I mean, it's just another game in the Big 12. It's another tough opponent to play against each other. And so I guess you could use the word rivalry, but, I mean, it's just another tough game on the road.
I think fans like to use it more than the players do. But the players on their team and the players on your team, how much respect is there when you're actually playing against each other?
There's a lot of respect. I mean, we're both pretty good. And so there's a lot of good players there, a lot of good players here. So at the same time, it's just friendly competition. And we go out there and we compete every time we play against them. And that's just what it is.
How big was it last year to break the losing streak on their home floor like you did?
It was exciting. I mean, we played hard and we played together that game, and everything was just clicking. And so I think that when we're rolling, it's going to be good and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's just how hard each team plays, and somebody's going to come out on top.
Another top 10 matchup for you guys this time on the road. Just talk about the number of matchups every week that you guys are having with top 10 competition.
It's just exciting. I mean, who is not going to want to play somebody in the top 10? So, I don't know. It's just an exciting game. It's going to be, like I said before, competition, and it's going to be a good game.
It's not your position, but Kalani Brown has had really big games against the Longhorns. What is it going to take to contain her to the point where you guys have a chance to win it?
I think it's just going back to following the game plan that the coaches put out for us. I mean, our post is going to be a good matchup in there. Kalani's really good, and so we just have to kind of stay focused and stay into what we're doing and follow the game plan, follow what coach is saying, and think we'll be good.
Why have they had so much success against you guys?
I don't know.
They're good?
Yeah, they're pretty good. So, I mean, any top 10 team is pretty good. So I think that's just what it is.
You guys said after the UConn game that performance really showed you how good you guys can be. Do you feel like this is another opportunity to show that?
Yeah, of course. Baylor is as well as UConn and any team in the top 10, they're going to show you what your weaknesses are and some areas that you need to work on. I think that's what happened in the UConn game, and I think going into tomorrow, they'll be able to show us some things that we still need to work on as well as us with them. And so I think that's just the biggest thing is just you can grow from each game.
Down the road, how important is Joyner going to be when she gets back into form for you guys to have a successful run this year?
I think she's going to be very important. I think she's getting more comfortable right now, getting back into the groove of things and stuff like that. And I think once she gets there along the road, she'll be good, especially that can add another post presence for us, another big presence for us as far as that. And she can do a lot of things. She can defend. She can get the ball, rebound, go down the court. I mean, we've all seen her do it. And so I think just her getting more comfortable each game, she'll be good by come tournament time.
You said, I forgot, about after the UConn game, everyone was saying, are we going to be who we are after that? Have you noticed a shift? Like, they saw the reflection. This is how good we really can be if we want to.
I have. In practice, there's been more attention to detail. Like, we used to come in and some days we would be good and some days we just weren't. And so lately we've been getting through everything quickly and we've been paying attention to more details. And we've kind of bought in. I think everybody has really bought into the idea that if we want to be this good, we have to come in and put in the work every single day. And so I think that's become more and more of a norm the last couple of days, and it's really good.
Do the players or the coaches or both talk about NCAA playoff seedings? Because basically this whole season is to try to be a 1 seed or 2. You guys talk about things like that?
No, not really. I mean, no, not at all. I mean, we focus on the game each day because to get there, we have to win every single game that we play. And so we just kind of got to focus on the next game ahead of us and the next practice.